welcome to another tutorial. Today we'll be looking at the Metaphor Trader app. Well, not app, the desktop version that is. I will be showing you how to apply indicators and how to customize your charts. Alright then, let's just pick out a pair here. Euro USD. Let's try and open, double click. No, that's not what we do. We go right click and we say chart window. Alright, and this comes up. Alright, and this is how all the charts will come up, but you can customize this chart. Alright, you're going to right click on this and you can make all sorts of changes. You can do anything you want with it pretty much. You click on properties and you change the background. I'm going to use a white background, so I'm going to say white. I'm going to change this to white. Not seeing what I want here, just no white. Let me just click back off this. Alright then, I'm going to have my up bar as green and my down bar, well, my bull candles as green, and well, that's teal. My bull candle is green and my bear candles as red. Okay, I'm going to change this to white. Well, I'm going to put it as none. Alright, and then I'm going to have common here, bar charts, candlesticks. Yes, you can do it. You can switch around. You can show asking line, show period separators if you want that. You can show volumes. You can show object descriptions, and also any other. You can play around with these settings as to how you'd like, whichever way you'd like. Alright, again, it's black and white. Alright, and let me just change back my bars, so you can change scheme color to black and white, yellow and green, whichever you prefer. Alright, you can do this, but I'm using black and white. I prefer that way. So I'm going to change my foreground, and then I'm going to change my bull bars to green. That's too dark. I'm going to put it in a lighter green. The bear bars to red. Okay, and okay. So as you can see, let's zoom in here. Yeah, I need to change this. These are not changed to candlestick bars. I click back on properties and we go here. We're going to change this to candlesticks. Alright, so as you can see, that's how they are. So these will come out like this. Alright, also as you see, these candles have some black outlines. We can change that as well. Let's go back to properties and we change the black outlines to, as you can see, upper bar, you put this in green as well, down bar, you put this in red. So therefore now, as you can see, this has changed. So now moving on to adding indicators. Alright, and so let's add some indicators here now. Alright, as you can see, the navigation bar, you click over here on the navigation side and just see we have a number of indicators. Whichever indicator I want to add, you just double click on it and you'll add it. So for example, let's say we're going to use the relative vigor index, right? You can double click on that. We'll set the period, let's say the 20th period, and we'll just click OK, and that's it. You don't really need to change anything else. So that would be it. So now you have that. Also, so you've had that. So now you can switch between the different time periods. So you have the 1 minute, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, all the way up to a month. So for example, let's say this is now the weekend and we're trying to do some analysis for the coming week. You can also go ahead and you can draw your lines, draw your diagonals to find out, to see where next to place a trade. Alright, so I'm just going to go to the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, maybe it's a little bit smaller. Alright then, and I'm going to now draw my lines. So up here you can use the cursor, you can use the crosshair, which is this. So for example, you want to measure something, you can use a crosshair. Let me make a change here. Let me just click back into properties and do a little thing here. My crosshair isn't showing, and I'm going to show some. Let me see something. The foreground was okay. So I'm going to do this now. Sorry. Okay then. Yes. Alright then. So now you can see my crosshair. Alright. So now you can use the crosshair whichever one you want to. You have the Fibonacci tool here. This is a part of the Fibonacci tool. Here's the Fibonacci if you're interested in using the Fibonacci. You can also install arrows, so that you want a down arrow, up arrow, or sign, whichever one you want to. But what we're going to do, we're going to be drawing some diagonals to try and get put in some trend lines. Alright, let's make this a little bit smaller. So we're doing some analysis. So let's see. Alright then, let's draw a line of resistance here. So we're doing say this is your line of resistance. Say touching at least minimum 2 points. So this is one. You double click on the line and you can drag it. Also, you right click and you get the options to go into the trend line, and you can add a note. For example, we're saying you can have this as resistance 1, and see if, by the way, you could change the color. You could make your lines color coded as well, so that's to make your life a little bit easier. So whenever you see a red line, it's a line of resistance. For example, whenever you see a green line, it's a line of support. So then, okay here. And so we have that there, as you can see. And then we come back down here now, and we're going to add another line. We're going to add another line, trying to pick up some support here. So this is a line of support. Alright, so let's do this now. So this is a little bit, might look a little bit crooked. The line might look a little bit crooked, but don't watch that. Don't get too fierce about that. And now we're gonna right click on it again and go to trend line properties. We're going to change the color of this to green. So whenever we see this, we know that this is a line of support. Alright. Now this is teal, green. Alright, and you can also change the thickness of the line. It's up to you. Whatever suits you. Alright, then we add that. So we have this as support 1. Alright, okay. As you can see, with descriptions comes up on the line, so we know what this is. By the way, you don't have to put the description there. If you're drawing your lines and you don't want these descriptions, you can always go back to properties, right click properties, and you go here and you click on this show object descriptions, and it takes it off. And it removes it. Alright, but I usually put my, because I want to have notes on what I'm doing. So some of the times when I come in, I'm not guessing why I drew that line, why I had it there. So then we're gonna zoom back in a little bit now. As you can see, you can zoom it in as big as you want to. Mind you, you can always delete an indicator if you don't want it. For example, we can come here and we say delete indicator window, so that has gone. As usual, any indicator that you want to add, you can add it from here. So whether you're using the awesome oscillator or the gator, whichever one choose it, whether you're using the Bollinger Bands, I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you. You use whichever one pleases you. So right now we can apply the Bollinger Bands also. if you want to make some adjustments to your indicator as to the color and the thickness of the lines, you right click again, right click, and you go on indicator list, and click on this. Alright, then you click edit. You can change the color of the line, whichever color you want to use. You can say apply at the close, whichever you want to apply the indicator, and you can set the deviation. You can set your period as usual, so you can select the thickness of the line, whichever whichever suits you. Alright, so that's how we do it. So, and if you want to delete it, you can also pop and delete it again. Alright, so that's how it works. As I said, whichever indicator you want to use, you want to use a moving average. So if you want to use a moving average, so 20 moving average. So we're gonna change this to another color. We're gonna put this to another color. So and let's say this is blue. Alright, save this. Is that alright? So then, so that's our moving average. So alright then, so now you have all of this. So now you can go ahead and do your analysis. And as I say, if you want to use the Fibonacci tool is here as well. So you can come and can apply the Fibonacci tool wherever you want to apply it. Alright, you can draw it from here. So alright then, that's the Fibonacci tool. You can change the color just to see what the Fibonacci is doing here. Alright, you can change the background to black, and then you see the Fibonacci. So now you could do that. So we get a better look on the Fibonacci. So it's the Fibonacci retracement tool. So you can apply that as well. So there are a number of tools in here that you can use to make your life easier. You don't have to, for example, you don't have to pay for membership. For example, like using a trading view. So where to go and do analysis, you can do analysis inside here too, because we have some fabulous indicators. We have the bar, you have all the things. You just have to know to manipulate your tools to get the results that you want. And so therefore, once you have this, you can always go and you can do what you want to, and you can always go and make it. Select make your trades. So as you see, we have the 1 minute time frame here. Have the 5 minutes, so you do whatever pleases you. It's up to you at the end of the day. So after you've done all of that, you can go ahead and click on templates. I always advise you to save your templates. For example, might have different trading style and different trading strategies. It's always best to have a template saved. So you go ahead and save your template. For example, you might have a template saved for scalping, and you might have a template saved for long-term trades. So this is, you could save this as trading strategy 1. Or you could give it a name that suits you, whatever name you want to give it. Once it works well for you, so just at 1, and then you save. Alright, and so at the end of the day, now, so whenever you come again and you open another pair, you can always go ahead and say, for example, open another pair. No, I don't always do that. So then right click, open chart window. We can come here. So instead of going back through all that we just did just now, to apply the indicators and to make the changes that we want and have the chart looking like how we want it to look, then we can go to templates, and as you can see, I already have some templates saved here. So this is strategy 1, so I click on strategy 1, and this is what is going to appear on my screen. So now I have this, so I don't have to worry about doing anything. I can just go straight ahead and draw my trend lines and do my assessment as I see fit. There are a number of tools here that you can use. As I say, you have the arrow tools here, you have the Fibonacci, you have this tool here, you have these tools here, and so you have the cross here that you can use to do what you want to do. I mean, it's up to you. So you do that, and then you can go ahead and make successful trades. So whether it's commodity or some whatever it is, you can always do it. You can make the changes as you see them fit and do all of that. As you see, I have a lot of windows open here. I have a lot of pairs that I was playing around with. As you can see, I have my US 30 here and all of that jazz. So I mean, so it has been like that. So this chart is really crowded, and I'm doing some analysis, so I have to clear that up. Alright, let's go back to this. Alright, so this is where we were. So as you can see here on the left hand side, you have your indicators, a list of indicators that is available to you. Just go through and you select the one that's best for you. So in case you want to call a trade, now you can always go trade in and you can select trade, and then you go in and you put in the amount of money you want to spend, you put in your stop loss, you put in your take profit. So whether it's pending order or market execution, you can do it as how you see fit. Alright, we'll close this window. You can also put on there, this is for scalpers. I don't really use this. This is an instant trading button where you just looking at the market and I say, I'm going to buy now. I don't usually do that. So I'll take that off. I don't usually keep it on. Alright. And then you also have a lot of tools here that you can go through and look at. I mean, tools that you can, if it's a case where you want to have more than one windows open, then you can do it like that. But I don't usually do that. This is very annoying and confusing. I don't like that, so I usually just have mine as a single one. Alright, I just don't usually do it like that, but in case you want to kick you off all the charts that you have been analyzing, you just do this and then you come through and say, alright, then which one was that? And so I need to go into this one. You just click on this one and it pops up. So there are a lot of nice tools here to use. As I say, you just have to apply them accordingly. As I said, you just always go in properties and set your charts up how you want it to set up, and that should be the end of the story. Alright, so you can go ahead in here, you can do your support and your resistance, you can use the Fibonacci tool as you see I have here, you can draw your moving average. I mean, you can do all of that right here in the Metaphor Trader application. You don't have to get any new applications to do all of that. It's all here. You have the Ichimochi cloud. Yeah, you can use that if you want as well. I mean, as I say, you just right click and double click on them and you set your things, you do your video, go through, or you want it on all time frames, or you can select the specific time frame that you want it on. You can change the colors, you can set the parameters as to how you want it. It's all there, and then you just okay, and that's it, and you have your tool. And you can, as I said, in order to delete, if you want to delete this line, you can always come here, you right click, and you can delete all arrows, just do that, delete, and it's gone. I mean, in case you want to undo that, you can click Ctrl Z to undo that. So that was our tutorial today for the Metaphor Trader app. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. It's not hard to use. You can go in and you can do all of the things that you do in a trading view software that you don't have to go and pay. For example, if you're a trader just starting out, you don't have to go and pay for additional software to do your weekly analysis or daily analysis. You can use the Metaphor Trader to do the analysis, and it's right here. So all the things are in here, so you just take your time and go through and you can find your way right through it. As I say, you scroll, you roll your mouse back and forth, so this will take us back. As you can see, the chart moves from left to right, so the most current information is at your far right. So as I see, I'm on the 4-hour chart, so let's just go down to the 1 minute chart. You see, it looks like, yeah, you see you have some movement. As you can see, the 1 minute chart, yeah, so you see we have movement here. When you're on the 4-hour, you're not going to see that because each candlestick is 4 hours, as you all know. So that's that for that. So thank you very much for taking the time out to watch another one of my videos.